What nobody tells you is that anything can make or break your project. This one opening stopped the whole production. We needed a proof of concept for our Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness show. Something that showed Cartoon Network, our partner studio, and honestly ourselves, what this show actually looked like. We chose the transformation sequence because it would let us show three things at once: how the show moves, how it looks, and the three visions. The three visions are a fundamental part of how the show works. There's a normal vision, colorful, kinetic, the world as it is. A fan vision, straight out of Lucha Libre posters, the title card logic you see in anime and Chinese cinema. And an astral vision, Mexicanized neon noir, the world as revealed when Rey's powers activate. Three visual languages for the one show. From the start, it was clear to us that the show had to be colorful. Color is simply a part of Mexico's identity. We were also playing with something specific: high contrast neon in dark environments. We later learned that that was called neon noir. John Wick was a big reference there. And Lucha Libre posters that covers walls in Mexico City, printed with silkscreen, lithography, with registration errors, dot matrix, and visible impurities. We wanted all of that in the backgrounds, in the aesthetic logic. As we were developing these concepts and translating them to specific visuals and animation, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles aired, and then the Spider-Verse aired a little bit later, both applying some of these ideas. It was frustrating. The big budget productions in Hollywood beat us to it. Also, it was the first real sign that we were not completely lost. We finished this proof of concept, and then the lead exec at Cartoon Network saw it and told us we could do something more interesting visually, and that stopped everything. But we would still make the same opening 2 more times. We hired someone who directed in Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to work on this. He looked at it and said, "What you have already works." The first version of the proof of concept of Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness resulted in the top exec at Cartoon Network Latam stopping the production. We went through a full redesign phase, and with that settled, it was time to revisit this proof of concept and confirm things worked: the animation style, the camera work, and how far we could take the 3 aesthetics that we had decided would make up the show. This is also where we went deep on painting with light. The idea came straight from Akira. It was a way of adding energy to action that works particularly well in the astral vision, when Rey's powers are active. The music came together here too. Our friends at Capara Sound understood what we needed: something that sounded Mexican, specifically norteño, with Rey's connection to Tijuana. We for sure did not want mariachi, there's enough of that. And it had to shift between the normal and the astral vision, the way the visuals did. We wanted no questions about what we were doing. Everything had to be visible, rather than just words and concepts. This was important for Cartoon Network, for our partner studio, and for us. And of course, there were still questions even after this, but fewer. And in essence, this proof of concept did its work. By the time the first season was greenlit, we realized we needed a proper intro. This proof of concept was the obvious foundation, and that's when Jamie came in. Jamie Vickers, animator, storyboard artist in Japan, director on Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, one of the shows that had beaten us to our own ideas. He was excited to jump on board and tried a few passes, pushed some things, and then told us, "The structure is solid, let's just elevate it." He pushed the camera work with some intense angles, improved the transitions, and fine-tuned the timing. He also helped us land nicely on the way both sides of the fight are revealed, the técnicos versus the rudos. After Jamie's pass, we went in one more time. Now with final character designs. Gemelo Katrina Primero and Gemelo Katrina Segundo did the tie-down, clean and color. The backgrounds were built from the 3D arena we had constructed for the season. And then Gemelo Katrina Segundo took the compositing as far as it could go, pushing the color, the energy, everything that had ruled the design of the show from the very beginning, but now elevated. Gemelo Katrina Segundo also came up with the idea of progressively revealing the bad guys, so the intro itself tells a story as the season progresses. 3 versions of the same opening, one that stopped production, one that gave direction, and one that became the opening.